Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, I'm sure you guys have discovered that through seeing my collection, the kind of collection I have would be considered a typeset. I try to get one of everything. Not necessarily one of every single Federal Reserve or every single signature combination, but more or less just one particular note from each available set from each year, from not necessarily even each series. But yeah, I'm truly a typeset collector. Now, what that means as far as me collecting is when I see a note that I don't have, I tend to pick it up right away. And if I have a note or two in my collection that isn't in the greatest condition, I'll keep my eyes peeled for another one so I can upgrade it. And, well, that's part of being a typeset collector. I am more thrilled with having the note, period, than I am having the best note. I know over time I may upgrade my notes, but at least I can say I currently own whatever particular note that is. Now, like I said, eventually I'll stumble upon a better note, but what makes it cool is, I'll just throw fictional numbers out there. Let's say I found a note for $200 and it wasn't in the greatest of shape, but I found it acceptable, so I paid the $200 for it. Now, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, I find that note again in a little bit better condition. Well, I can take the note that I bought for $200 and, well, who knows, it may have gone up in value. I may be selling it for $300, which means that now when I upgrade the note, most of the money that I get for selling that note is going to be used to buy the nicer condition note. If I'm lucky, I will be able to purchase the upgrade for the sale price of the old note. So in a sense, I'm either upgrading for free or I'm upgrading at a slightly less cost. Because that way I can still say that I've got the notes. So don't forget, your notes are probably going to appreciate in value. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but that's my thought process. And when you see what I pull out of my box, you'll understand why I started this off as a tip. So yeah, being a type collector, I'm more interested in getting the note right away. I'll upgrade it later. All right, here's my 1,000 singles. We'll get these out of the way. Let's take a look at what I found. Did find a hefty stack. First of all, found a relatively high numbered note, 95994129. It only goes up to 96 million, and this is 95,994,000. So this is like within 5,000 of the highest number you can possibly get. If it was the other way, this note would be 00005000. So yeah, high number note. That's pretty interesting. Found an alternator. This has 6 as the alternator. We've got 63, 63, 62, 60. And then found another alternator, this one with 7s. So we've got 37, 17, 07, 67. A birthday note, 1921. This would be November 27th, 1921. And another 1921, well, it's a 2009, but a birthday note, that would be January 29th, 1921. Found some trinaries, 1s, 3s, and 4s, 0s, 3s, and 7s, 4s, 7s, and 9s, 0s, 2s, and 6s. These are all in good shapes too. 0s, 6s, and 8s. 0, 6s, and 9s. It's got writing on it, and that's too bad because this one is actually a flipper too. It's 66999 or 069666699. So yeah, it is reversible. So that is a flipper. What else do we got here? 0s, 4s, and 5s. This one has quad zeros on it. Another quad zeros here. And this one's quad 5s. Pretty good paper on this one. Quad 7s here. Quad 8s. And some stars. 2017 star note. Very good shape. Another one here, really nice shape. And this one as well. Really good paper quality. This one's got that hard crease, but the rest of the paper is pretty good. Another one with really good paper. This one's a little rougher. You can see the difference in that one right away. 2013, another New York note from 2013. Got to check that one. It is a fairly low number, so that is going to be in the realm of potential repeatables. Remember, Fort Worth and Washington both printed stars from New York in the 2013 series. So you do have a shot, if you save enough of them, to find two notes with the exact same serial number. Another one there, same situation, a B note, 2013. This one's in a little bit rougher condition. Same with this one, not the greatest. This one is the worst of the group. This one's in good shape except for the schmutz on there. 2009 star note, and some older notes. This one's from 2001, so that's 20 years old already. 1999, another 99, another 99. 1995, first shot at a web note. Checking over here, all this stuff means there is not. Easy way to look, it's got a location right here, this E2, right? Yep, E2, so that's definitely not a web note. A web note will not have anything there. It'll have the 2 sevens or whatever corresponding number to the letter, but it will not have the actual location, this E2. There won't be anything there. 1995, not a web note. So close to a birthday note, too. Another 95, also not a web. Another 95. Another 95. Quite a few of these. This one's actually in pretty good shape. 1993, also a shot at a web note, but not the case. Another 93. Now, this one is a 1969D. You don't see too many in the 60s, so I was excited to see this one here. And it's not Chicago or New York or San Francisco. This one is Virginia, right? Richmond, Virginia. So I got to check that one. This one might fill a spot. Then we've got a 1969A. That's Boston. So that one's also in really good shape. And the oldest note in the group, check this out. This is a 1963. This is the first year that you can find Federal Reserve singles. So yeah, this is where it all started as far as the notes that we get today. So this is proof. You can still find them. I found one here along with a couple other 69s, so that was pretty exciting. So that's the stuff from my search this week. You can see it was quite a hefty stack. And what did I pull out from my box? Well, like I was saying before, I do tend to buy the first note I see and then I worry about upgrades later, and this happens to be an upgrade. What this is my 1918 national currency $2 bill. It's from the Federal Reserve Bank, so it is a Federal Reserve Bank note, not a Federal Reserve note. The Federal Reserve isn't guaranteeing this. The Federal Reserve Bank was guaranteeing this. And this one specifically, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York was guaranteeing the value on this one. It's a $2 bill, and of course it features Jefferson on there. You can see national currency on the top. Secured by United States Certificate of Indebtedness. There's a word for you for Scrabble. Secured by United States Certificates of Indebtedness or United States 1-year gold notes deposited with the Treasurer of the United States of America. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York will pay the bearer on demand $2. So that is the $2 Federal Reserve note from, you can see right there, series of 1918. It does have the date of authorization, May 18th, 1914, but the series right there, 1918. Check out the fine print on the side. Authorized by acts of December 23rd, 1913 and April 23rd, 1918. So that's all the fine print. But what is so special about this particular note? Well, that. This is the Battleship. The Battleship note, that is the USS New York. And this one is a little bit better than the one that I have. The one that I have was from the Minneapolis Reserve, which some people would argue would be a better one than having the New York Reserve. But this note here is much darker. What I mean by darker is the print is dark. There's a little bit of dirt rubbed into the paper here. And why would you think that's a good thing? That's the question a lot of people are saying. Well, the thing is that I'm pretty sure the note that I had which isn't as dark as this. I'm pretty sure that note had been washed at one point. Way back when I did a thing on how to clean notes. Not that I ever actually cleaned notes, but I saw videos on it and I wanted to include it in some of my stuff. I don't encourage anyone to actually clean notes, because what happens is you get a note like this where everything is very dark as far as the printing goes, and then the white background is also dingy. Well, if you get rid of the dinginess, you also get rid of the darkness. And then you end up with a note that truly looks washed out. Thus the name, washed out. When you clean notes like that, you end up destroying a little bit of the value. And the note that I had, like I said, the other note that I had, the other Battleship note, does look like it had been washed at one point or another. So I wanted to upgrade to one that was at least 100% not cleaned. So that is my $2 Battleship. Once again, pretty impressive on the back there. Let's take a quick peek at the book. See what the book has to say about it. There it is right there, $2 Battleship. And mine is New York. And it was Elliott and Burke, so I believe that puts it at number 752. There's 752 right there. And as we go across, in VG8, you're talking 350. F12 is 475. Mine's pretty close to a 20. It's 675 there. You can see that's 3,500 for gem uncirculated. So that is the $2 Battleship note from 1918. It's like one I've shown before, but this particular one is the upgrade. I showed my other one that's currently for sale. All right, guys, if you learned anything new this week, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. I love reading your comments, and I'll see you again next week.